love this conversation. Hold on, let me just adjust my tripod a little bit here over on Instagram. Okay, I think we should be good. All right, good morning on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. We are talking today 2 keys to consistent sales. And this is something that was on my heart to talk to you about today. And I always plan these lives pretty intuitively. But this is something that has been transformational in my own life. And what I will say is that so much of it is mindset and your belief and kind of how you expect sales and money and business to work for you. And then there's also a strategic tactical piece as well. Hello, everyone who's hopping on. So good to see you. 2 keys to consistent sales is what we're talking about today. So as we are kind of anchoring into this topic, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is your goal, your desire, your vision around consistent sales? And have you even thought about it? Is that something you're wanting? Is it not something you've thought about a lot? And I will share a lot of my own experience here today as we hop on the live and as we connect, because there was a lot of my career, especially first couple years when I was running my business, when every month I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do for sales? And I really hadn't thought about it going into the month. And I've developed a really, I would say, beautiful, strong, stable base and foundation every month that feels really supportive in terms of sales that are coming in. And I want to talk with you today about what I shifted to do that. We'll talk a little bit about the mindset. We'll talk about some of the strategic and tactical as well. And then if you have a question on this topic, pop it in the comments. I want to spend this time together, and I'm here to work with you and coach you as much as I can on a live stream. So feel free to pop your questions in here. But I sense that this is something that the greater community is seeking and wanting. And I've actually we've got a beautiful client from Denmark who's going to be coming to our next live event, our last live event of the year, coming up here in September in just a little less than a month. And part of what we're going to be building out for her, she's going to be doing a VIP day after the event. And by the way, shout out to you if you're watching. I'm so excited to work with you. But part of what we're going to be building out is that strategy and that plan around the consistent monthly sales and revenue coming in. And so I just resonate if this is something that you're desiring right now. And yeah, let me know in the comments, are you desiring this? Is this something you're thinking about for your business? I remember when I first launched my business and we had our first big month, which was February of 2021. We had our first 100K month, and it all happened so fast. And it felt like such a quantum leap that honestly, the way it happened, I didn't have really a plan in place for what I was going to do the next month or what that was going to look like. And so I spent probably a good, like, I'd say the first 2 years of my business. And every month it was like, okay, what am I going to do for sales? Like, I had just connected with this whole different frequency and level of money and clients and kind of abundance and the feeling of success in many ways in my business. But then I didn't have that consistent plan for what to do every month. So every month was a little bit of like a scramble for what we were going to do. Let me see what Jackie is saying. Just started and trying to get rid of the following. It's so hard doing YouTube, Insta, and TikTok. Okay, amazing. So Jackie, one thing I would say, and I love that you said that, this is so awesome because it's a great awareness. So we do a lot of work with our clients on mindset and belief systems. And it's actually, it's the foundation of our curriculum. And we teach something called the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth. And the first one is all about the power of your mind and how it's going to influence your experience in your business. And so one thing I would say is, do you want to continue to have the experience of it being hard to grow your following? Because whatever you believe your experience is going to be, that's what you're going to experience. It's the way the mind works. So just a little tip, and I'll talk today even too about how things shifted in my life in terms of consistency of sales and business. And it all started as an inner game. But I would say, what belief would most support me to get me the results I want? So, what results do I want in growing my YouTube, my Instagram, my TikTok? And then what belief would support me in doing that? So, playing with a belief like, it's so easy to grow my following, right? I'm attracting and magnetizing clients from all around the world. This is so fun. People are so attracted to my content. It's magnetic. You've got to say that to yourself first. You've got to believe that first. And then your following will start to mirror that to you, because the outer world is just a mirror of what you're thinking and feeling about yourself. But I'm so glad that you shared that. And hopefully that helps a little bit too in terms of mindset. But congrats on starting and growing the following. That's awesome. That's where we all start. That's where I started too. So what I found in my own life, kind of coming back to what I wanted to share today about the consistency in sales, is that after the first couple of years of things feeling like, and on it, like we did great, amazing revenue, amazing clients, and there was a lot of like amazing results in that. But again, I hadn't really focused on building that strong and stable base and how I was going to have really consistent monthly recurring revenue no matter what. And I was like, you know what? I want to change my experience of this. And I want to always have enough contracted, even just going into the month, to hit all of my financial goals and more, so that everything else that we sell or that we do that month is gravy and is overflow. And so it started with an inner shift first, and it started with me changing my self concept as well, and that something that I really became aware of in the process. And I'll share this in case it's helpful for you. If you're having an experience right now that doesn't feel consistent around sales, is I became aware in myself there was a patterning for kind of not inconsistency. I mean, again, I always had good results, but it was every month trying to think of it new, right? And I just wanted something where I would go into the month and everything, like the base was there. But I had some patterning in myself just from some things in childhood around instability. And so that had been mirrored in what was happening in some of my business. And so I had to find what part of me feels like things have to be unstable or things go up and down and all around, and really shift that self concept and that identity to open up to, yes, it is normal and natural for me to have, X amount as that monthly recurring base every single month, no matter what. And when I shifted that, and again, it's an inner game first, I then started taking different actions that created that result. So it's always an inner game first. Let me see what Jackie's saying. Maybe to believe that I have a good niche for coaching golf. Yeah. And since I believe in myself, I should believe in the pay. Yes, yes, that is awesome. I love the shift you made there. Exactly. And I'm here to tell you, just like I said earlier, you have to see it first in your mind. You have to believe first in your mind that you have a great niche, that you have a great following, that you have a great business, that your packages are awesome, that your coaching is the best in your industry, in your class, in your niche. And then your clients will mirror that. Everything, like I said earlier, everything's just a mirror. So there's going to mirror to you what you're believing about yourself. But what's so important is you have to do that before you've had those results come in, before anyone else has validated that that's true. You will get that validation from the outer world after you believe it internally first. So I love that new belief that you anchored into. And I think that's awesome. So always ask yourself, what belief would most support me in achieving the goals I want to achieve? All right. So that's really important. So that's the first piece. I talked today about like two keys to consistent sales, right? The first is creating the identity and self-concept of someone who expects and experiences consistent sales every single month or every single day, right? You get to play with it and what that timeline is for you, no matter what. And so, what thoughts would I be thinking? What feelings would I be feeling? And then from there, we can look at, all right, what actions would I be taking if I had consistent sales? All right. So consistency in your action is also going to be part of your self concept, part of who you are, part of how you expect yourself to show up every single day. And so when I started asking that question, and it's really fun because we're coming up on our first year now of consistent, I think there's 1 or 2 months we haven't done one because we had a lot of other things going on, probably just one, but pretty much every month running a free online event or a low ticket online event where the community can come in and I can coach and train and spend time with them for, a couple of hours if it's a webinar to a full week. If we're going to do a summit in September, which is going to be really fun. So stay tuned. September 16th through 20th, stay tuned because we'll announce that this week. And we'd love to have you, and it's totally free. But it's been about a year now that we've been doing these. And so I said to myself, okay, what would a woman be doing who has really consistent, strong, stable, like a base every month that's just on not autopilot because you're always tweaking and optimizing and growing. But what would she be doing? And it was like, okay, she would have consistent conversion events, consistent enrollment events. So I know some of you and some of our followers and our clients are in corporate sales. So, you may or may not be planning your own conversion events. But I also know when we work with our clients in corporate, they put on events for their clients. And we work with, clients in financial services to put on really cool events for their leads. So you can kind of adapt this to your industry. But then what else would you be doing? Right? Consistent, probably daily reach out. So I think about for myself, it's like every day I'm doing consistent sales follow-up. Every week we do the live stream, unless I have a week without childcare, like we had a couple of weeks ago. But I let you know about that too. Every day I'm posting on social. I'm in my DMs, right, and following up with new followers and creating new conversations there. So yours is going to be different, but anchor into like, what would I love to be experiencing consistently every single month in terms of results? Maybe for you, it's a 5K month, a 10K month, a 20K month, a 50K month, a 100K month. Maybe you want to play more with daily numbers, like every single day, I make $1,000, right? And just tune into like, what would feel exciting to you? Or maybe every single day you make $10,000. What would that be like? So just playing with what would you love to experience consistently? And then what actions would you be taking as someone who is having those consistent results? So does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if you have questions on this. If anything shows up for you with this. I got just a couple more minutes and I'm going to hop on a podcast. But that's what we're talking about here. So creating the identity, the self-concept, the belief of I am someone who naturally, automatically, I always make X amount per day, right? Or I always make X amount per week or X amount per month. And then you build that identity first. You think about what beliefs would I have? What would my self-concept be? What would I expect of myself? And then what actions would I be taking to support that? And it doesn't have to be like massive hustle, crazy action, but it's streamlined, elegant, effective action. Oh, Cindy on YouTube, good morning. I love seeing you here. By the way, if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, pop me a comment because that's how I know you're here. And I want to see that you're here and support you in this. Oh, my pleasure, Jackie. I hope this helped. And I hope it spoke to you. So yeah, it's a mindset shift. It's always an inner shift first, and then it's an outer shift. But if I can do it, anyone can. And so I would say for yourself tuning into today, what would I love to experience? And the other thing I'll say too, with all of this is like, this may not be something that matters to you because there's a lot of different ways to run a business. If you're an entrepreneur, I know some very successful entrepreneurs who do like one live launch a year, and that's their money for the year. Or maybe you're running a seasonal business And you have a period of time where you're bringing in most of your clients. So I'm not saying that you have to do this, but what I'm saying is if this is something that's speaking to you, that you desire, and like I said, I've got clients coming in around the community who are asking me to help them with this. So this was something where I thought it's probably not just these clients, it's probably the greater community as well. If this is resonating and speaking to you, then I hope this helped you today. Let me see. Miriam is saying it's definitely inner game before it manifesting externally. 100%. It always is. Everything is. I have yet to find anything in my life that has not shifted without me shifting first inside. I have yet to find anything in my life where I could not link the cause back to something I was thinking and something I was holding in my self concept. Every single thing. Shanna, oh, good morning. I think you were on Michelle's call yesterday, right? So good to see you. And yeah, my pleasure. I love it. So yes, if you have any other questions on this, DM me. I'm at Elise Archer on all social. I'll share with you 2 things you can do to go deeper in this work if you want to. We've got a completely free training, and I think it's linked in the description on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. But we call it the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth. I love it. It's our methodology. It's what we teach. EliseArcher.com/4 quadrants. It's a week-long video course that we give away for free that you can take to help you quantum leap your sales. So that's EliseArcher.com/4 quadrants. And then if you want to come get in the room with us live, we've got our last live event of the year coming up here September 25th and 26th in Portland, Maine. And it's going to be so beautiful. It's a 2-day deep dive experience. Day 1 is going to be all about aligning with whatever your quantum leap is. So we're not going to be thinking linearly like 5% more, 10% more. It's like, what do you actually want? Is it a 10x of your current results? Is it beyond that? How do you align with that energetically? And we've got a really cool special surprise experience for everyone that we're going to be doing with that. And then day 2 is about, all right, what are the actions that are going to support you in that? So day 1 is all the inner game. Day 2 is the strategic tactical. And that's EliseArcher.com/September live event 2024. I know it's a long link. You can DM me for it if you didn't catch it, but we would love to have you there. And it's going to be our last one of 2024. So the events are phenomenal. You will transform, you will change, you will shift. And we would love to have you. Oh, Shanna on YouTube, you're saying, yes. Yeah, I thought you looked so familiar. I'm so happy to see you. Welcome. Good to have you back. So yes, DM me if you have questions on anything that we discussed today. Jaguar, good morning. Oh, I love everyone's hopping on right as I'm wrapping up. Well, I'm so happy to see you. Please go back, watch the beginning, watch the replay of this because we talked about 2 keys to consistent sales. And the first is all inner game, and the second is all the strategic tactical. And I think you get a lot of good stuff out of it today. So lots of love, everyone. I got to go hop for a podcast interview. I'll see you next week, Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern. And again, I hope you take advantage of the free training and then come join us in Portland if you want to come be in the room with us live. See you soon.